John Murtough's departure to Man United is incoming, and obviously several sources are going to have to come out and obviously tell us what they think about his departure from the club of Manchester United. Welcome to the United Mothers channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I'll go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And it's really a Thursday, chilly, lot of rain in my country, but we obviously have to obviously keep the pace and obviously keep it going and really taking it to where we deserve to be. We're here obviously to really bring you the best that you guys deserve. And this is what we do here on this channel, and we give you the best that you guys are up to every day and every time. Now, we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and the rest of the people. I think you all believe in God or Allah, that is the Most High. Now, yesterday I brought you a story about how Richard Arnold, the CEO of Man United, threw in the towel and said, I'm relieving myself after spending all these years at the club of Manchester United. So that was the first person to obviously put in his goodbyes to the club of Manchester United. And obviously a statement was put out by the club of Manchester United. And then they brought in another person who came in through and obviously is doing the interim job. He's the head of the council lawyers at Man United, and he's obviously taking this to where we deserve to be. And after that, we're going to hate to see lots of things happening at the club of Man United. And as anticipated, John Murtough is expected to depart the club of Manchester United. And there are stories that really came out last, when was it? It was, I think, yesterday, that maybe his job is safe. And I was asking myself, how is the job of this man safe when Richard Arnold was going to hate to do some good football business at Man United? Job is really unsafe. I was really worried and perturbed, but thank God I've finally gotten stories that are really going to make up my evening, and I'm very happy to really let you know that this guy who came in through with David Moyes in 2013 after Sir Alex Ferguson really threw in the towel and he got him from Everton, has finally come to the end of his career at the club of Manchester United. And if at all you're a fan of Man United, this is music to your ears. If at all you've been following what I've always been telling you about the club of Man United, that however much we're having an elite manager in Erik ten Hag, the people above him are not at his levels, are not at his levels. And yesterday, Samuel Lucas was the first to put out a post or a story about how John Murtough's role is believed to be under threat as Sir Jim Ratcliffe seeks to overhaul the structure at the club. He was the first person to put out that. So then, after Samuel Lucas put out that, we went to Telegraph Docker, a United correspondent for the Telegraph. He confirmed us that John Murtough's position is understood to be vulnerable. Dougie Freedman and Paul Mitchell are among the early contenders to become director of football once Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his head of sport at Ineos. So his position is under threat. And we all know why it's under threat, because this man is incompetent. He is incompetent. There is no understanding businessman who is going to come in at Man United and obviously spare this man. No one is going to spare him because he has done lots of bad things at the club of Man United. He has sanctioned deals that have gone ahead to cost the club a lot. He sanctioned the deal of Harry Maguire, £80 million. Has Harry Maguire come ahead to obviously gone ahead to work out? To me, no. He brought in Sancho, £73 million. And buying that amount of money, I think it might not be unexcusable, or unforgivable, but what is really very, very unforgivable is the amount of money has gone ahead to offer to these players as salaries. For example, Harry Maguire at Leicester City, he was nowhere near 100,000. He came in at Man United and they gave him a salary of £200,000 a week.
a player like Jadon Sancho, he was earning £70,000 at Borussia Dortmund. He comes in at Manchester United. His salary is multiplied by 5 to earn £350,000 a week. Anthony, coming in through from Ajax, earning was it 20,000 or 50,000 euros, between 20 to 50,000 pounds a week. Guess what happened? It was multiplied by almost 4 and is now earning 200,000 pounds a week. That is stupid business being done by the club of Manchester United. And who leads these negotiations? It has always been John Murtough. And if I told you to look at the businessman that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is, he cannot allow such nonsense to really operate at the club of Manchester United. It's unacceptable at the club of Manchester United to be having a person like John Murtough who was going to hate to cost the club very many monies at the club of Manchester United. And this is where I'm really excited that he is leaving. Richard Arnold has left. Confirmation has been put out, and now we are waiting for the confirmation from the club of Manchester United for John Murtough to obviously leave the club. You know why? These two, let me show you this photo. You know, people tend to forget, but here at the United Matters channel, we don't forget. This was a sackable offense. You know, this. When they went to Barcelona, let me show you this photo. I think I can get it. All right. Let me flash it on the screen and you guys see it. This was sackable, but the Glazers couldn't sack them because they were their mates and they were dancing to their tunes. Now, if you remember this photo, it was taken on July 11th, 2022 at 5 p.m. Richard Arnold and John Murtough spotted in Barcelona today. They had gone ahead to negotiate a deal of Frankie de Jong. And how dare you go to Barcelona and not get the favorite player that the manager really wanted to kickstart off his spell at Man United? That was Frankie de Jong. So these two, as they were, just had to leave us because they are incompetent. They've hit lots of misses and their targets have been less. You know, for Eric Ten Hag, he has gone ahead to miss out on very many players. Darwin Núñez, because of these two. He has missed out on Kim Min-jae because of these two. He has missed out on Declan Rice because of these two. He has missed out on Cody Gakpo because of these two. He has missed out on Yao Felix because of these two. He has missed out on which other player? Close to 6-7 players that Eric Ten Hag was taking as priorities. He has gone ahead to miss out on them because of these two people. And if you are to assess them and prepare a dossier about them, they don't deserve to be at the club of Manchester United. All they have to is to leave, and they've gone ahead to leave this club. And it's really great that we've gone ahead to really see these people leave. And it never ended in Barcelona, but John Murtough traveled to Turin to discuss with Veronica, the mother, to what's his name? This guy, Rabiot. So he traveled to Turin to talk to Rabiot, and it never went ahead to work out. So what is their role at the club of Manchester United? No role. And we deserve people who are really experienced in doing this job. Because if Crystal Palace, Brighton, Aston Villa, Newcastle are really having better people in these positions that are proven elsewhere, how come we, the club of Manchester United, cannot get the best out of the best from the footballing world? Yet all those people that are really good are really dying to work for the club of Manchester United because our reputation is really huge. When you look at the most supported clubs in the world, Real Madrid leads and Manchester United comes second. You get? So if they come second, right? If they come second, that is Man United. And for the last decade, we've not gone ahead to win a major honor. For me, major honors are the Champions League and the Premier League, because one will say, Rokani, we've gone ahead to win a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, UEFA Europa League. That's none of my business. What makes a club great is to win the Premier League and the Champions League. So that means we've been run by incompetent people, and the club of Manchester United has not been there. Teams like Manchester City have gone ahead to come and surpass us. Man City have gone ahead to make an income of 800. So I think they made an income of close to 740 million pounds, meaning that they made 100 million pounds more than the club of Man United. And moreover, for us, we are playing in the UEFA Europa League, and Man City, we are playing in the Champions League. What does that show? We can easily bridge that gap and hit a record club revenue of £1 billion if at all we are run by good people, especially who know what the game of football is all about and who get in players who really earn huge wages, because the wage bill at Man United is really astronomical and it's in the neck of the club. Why? How do you have Anthony earning £200,000 a week? How do you have Harry Maguire earning £200,000 a week? Jadon Sancho, £350,000 a week. You know, that is really very, 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 very unforgivable. And we look at teams like Man City, the Bernardo Silvas have just gone ahead to hit £200,000 a week. Ruben Diaz is earning £180,000 a week. Harry Maguire earns more money than Ruben Diaz, meaning that we are the club Man United. If we offer that amount of money, it should be offered to players like Ruben Diaz, one of the best in the world. But you get a player from Leicester, and his dream would have been to come in through and play for Man United, and you failed to negotiate a deal of him earning close to £100,000 a week, because you're granting him a chance to obviously become a better player. And they don't even put what we call performance-based clauses in as far as this is concerned. Like for Jadon Sancho, you would have gone ahead to tell him that you can hit £350,000 a week if at all you do the following. You know, if at all you score 10 goals, if at all you score 15 goals in your first season, you are going to get a £5 million increment, right, on your salary. Meaning that when he's coming, you tell him that we are giving you £150,000 a week, but if your first season goes well and you score 10 goals, or 15 goals a season, or you get a goal involvement of 20 goals, like you can get maybe 8 goals and 12 assists, you are going to get 50,000 increment on your salary. That is it. And they tell him, if you win the league, or if you qualify for the Champions League, you are going to earn this amount of money. You know, if you play like 90% of the games and you start them, all 70% of the games, you're going to be earning such and such amount of money. Those are the clauses I'm talking about. Now, it shows you how naive these people are, because Erokan David, who is seated down in Africa and is not even close to Man United, knows the negotiation patterns that teams like Man City, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Arsenal have gone ahead to use, and they're really performance based. If they hit that level, that means the club is obviously going to operate better. For example, if you've gone ahead to bring in Anthony, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Rasmus Højlund, name it, Anthony, and name it, everyone, Tyrell Malacia, and you put clauses like those that are really performance based, trust me, every time they go on the field of play, they'll perform to their level, so that next season they obviously see their salaries increased, you know. So, and if they drop off, their salary also drops. You know, they should be having a constant salary, but their salary will only be better if at all they give us better performances. That is it. and those clauses must be revisited every after a season, because if Sancho comes in through and blossoms and maybe puts in 15 goals and 15 assists a season, he might call for more and say, obviously, give me an improved contract, because of what he's performing like. And you also put a clause that if at all you deteriorate in your performance, then you're obviously going to take you down off that salary. That should be how United should be run. But it shows you how Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to change a little bit of the sporting project at the club of Manchester United by really touching the positions that we've gone ahead to fill for a very long time that they are really lacking, and we need to obviously get ourselves to where the best of the best are. And he is obviously trying to touch that. And today we've gotten a story coming in from Disco Mirror is David McDonald, Man United correspondent for the Daily Mirror. This is a correspondent for Manchester United. He's being briefed by the club, and he has gone ahead to confirm to us that John Murtough is set to leave Man United. The favorite to replace Richard Arnold and Man, the CEO, is Jan Black, with Paul Mitchell and Dougie Friedman are among the names in the frame to replace John Murtough. Now, all I want to hear at Man United is simple. I want these people gone. That is it. I want them gone. They have to leave this club because we have been performing worse because of these people. They've not gone ahead to obviously align our sporting project to where it's supposed to be. Our sporting project has been lacking. Agents have always gone ahead to laugh at us. I can give you an example. Patrice Evra, in the summer transfer window of 2020, came out and really did an interview. I think it was like a TikTok. No, it was not TikTok. It was an Instagram video. And he talked or hinted about the incompetency of the people running the club of Man United. He said that an agent calls him late in the night, that he's calling the chief negotiator, that was Matt Judge by then, and the football director, that is John Murtough, to tell them about what the transfer is like, and it can obviously be struck in the late nights. Do you know what happened? This man came out and he was neglected. His calls were not being picked up. So how can you be competent when we're being told that you're working 24/7 to see to it that you obviously bring in players, and when agents call you don't pick up the call? So those two deserve to leave, and it's better that it's obviously happening before the summer transfer window, because if it was happening the summer transfer window, a lot wouldn't have gone ahead to be solved. But a lot is going to be solved because these people are leaving, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe and maybe John Cloud is going to be the CEO, and Paul Mitchell, who is expected to be the director of football or sporting director at club of Man United, are going to really oversee the project for the next 6 months. And after overseeing the project for the next 6 months, that will put us in a position of strength, especially knowing whether Erik ten Hag is the right man for the job, first and foremost. Secondly, they'll weigh in and obviously understand what is missing at the club of Man United, what is needed for us to blossom, to go to where we deserve to be as a club, and they'll sit with the manager, that is Erik ten Hag, and decide on which players should leave and which players should stay. This time round, we won't really see players like Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire staying at the club of Manchester United, because the manager will say these players have to be sold. Likes of Donny van de Beek will have to be sold. Maybe Anton Martial will leave, and very many others, because the checkbook will be there to obviously create more and more and more and more and more and more signings for the club of Manchester United. So that's the beauty of all this. And if you're a United fan outside there, for me, even if you don't qualify for the Champions League this season, if we really get the right people ahead of Erik ten Hag and get him the players that he wants, we will obviously demand first the philosophy, because we saw him at Ajax playing what we call the tiki-taka, a position-based kind of game. We'll call for that because we'll obviously be telling him, please, we need to see what we saw at Ajax. So we'll be calling in for a lot performances because we will now be eyeing at the manager, because the people ahead of him will be giving him the best that he deserves as a manager. So I really understand that it's obviously going to be an action-packed festive season for Man United, because Sir Jim Ratcliffe is anticipated to obviously take over next week, and the announcement is pending. Sorry, is really incoming. That's why you saw to it that these people that he's not wanting at the club of Man United have gone ahead to start putting out statements that they are leaving the club of Manchester United now. Richard Arnold's statement was put out yesterday, and I came out here and I did the needful and I really presented it to you. Then we are waiting for John Murtough to obviously show us his back and leave the club of Man United, and then see what else the club of Manchester United is obviously going to be doing. So as it stands, these people are leaving the club, and it's really good to see to it that these people are really leaving, and we are waiting for the next steps. So to show you that these people have gone ahead to cost Erik ten Hag what he's supposed to be giving Man United, when asked about whether United can play as Ajax, Ten Hag said the people at Ajax went ahead to obviously build up a system like that, and at United it's not the same thing. And he was obviously telling them that I'm having incompetent people above me that can't do the job, and if at all I get competent people that can help me do the job, then you'll obviously get the best that you deserve from me. So who is really deteriorating the club? It's the people above Erik ten Hag. And I'm having Dan Kanyijuka, let the Glazers go. Guys, I would have gone ahead to love the Glazers to leave the club of Man United, but can I tell you this? We are not in a position of strength. That is it. They are the majority shareholders of the club of Manchester United, and there is no way they are not going to show us their... There is no way you can throw them away. You just have to keep them around and see what the future brings. To me, all I want is, if the sporting project of Man United really gets better and we are winning trophies, then what do I have to do with the Glazers? Because why we've always wanted the Glazers to leave is because of the people at the club of Man United not being at their best. So these Glazers are the problem. We all have to admit that they are the problem, and with time they will go. But right now, all we have to cater for is let us not allow people incompetent to be at the club of Man United. And that's what Sir Jim Ratcliffe really brings in. And if at all brings in experienced people that can get us and negotiate good deals for these players, we cut the wage bill, we bring in more players at the club of Man United and get the job done. I think that's the best that we can get from this. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. It has been a short live video, and for everyone who has been part of this, thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment and share if at all you're watching us for the very first time, and endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Rock and David remains my name. The Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. See you later. I'm out.